Hello, In Motion community. Hope everyone is staying healthy and well and safe, and it is April, and so we would be getting going with our pole walking class again. So making a little video for those of you that have done it before. This is a refresher, and if it's new to you, this is like a little pole 101 basics, and then also we'll get into the Nordic style walking technique. So first, a couple things about hiking poles. So if you would go to purchase some poles, if you don't have any, and I'll try and remember to talk about this at the end a little bit, but types of poles. Okay, locking mechanism. A very important thing is what I would recommend is two different types of locking mechanisms. One is like a flip type of lock. So it actually flips into place. So you can open the lock, loosen or tighten the adjustment for the height, etc., and then it actually flips to close. So it really has a good locking mechanism. Another type is a pin locking system. So similar to a cane or a walker, okay? So the pins lock into place. There'd also be another mechanism on there that would twist as well. But definitely the pin or the flip lock I would recommend. What I would not recommend, hold on a second. What I would not recommend is just a twist. So there's some poles out there that just twist to loosen and tighten. So I would not recommend just a twist, because it's possible if you don't twist it tight enough, it could loosen while you're using it. So, and that could be dangerous. So, okay, now for some of you guys, there's a type of pole out there that may be a good option, but I do not have this pole in my possession, so I made a little picture here. So the grip of this pole has a little ledge. So because you don't want to grab the top grips tightly, you don't want to grasp them tightly. So this nice little ledge, the base of your hand can rest on that ledge as you're using them, and it works really well to activate those muscles. So now the feet of the poles, there's different styles of feet. So there's a type of feet if you need a little more stability. This is a wider circular rubber base, rubber tip, or maybe for some more advanced type of Nordic walking, there's boot tips. So picture like a little boot shape, and the way you would use those is the front of the boot faces backwards. So picture how that could help propel you forward as you stride. So yeah, so just a little sampling there. Oh, and then also you could take the tip off. You could totally take the tips off, and there's usually a type of more of a spiky metal type of tip on hiking poles, and that's good for if you're walking on trails and things like that. So, okay, so that was little pole basics. Height. So for the Nordic style walking, you want the height you want your elbows at roughly a 90-degree angle. So, and that's a loose measurement. So you can play around with that. They can be a little higher or a little lower, depending on how it feels to you. Once you start walking with them, you can play around with the height. But roughly 90 degrees is a good place to start. And okay, a couple little things before we get going on the technique. So first, just think about planting your poles. So have your feet apart. Don't grip your poles too tightly. And I just want you to push your poles into the ground to activate your muscles. So if I'm really mindful here, bring that word up again. So if I'm mindful here of what I'm doing, is I'm putting pressure into the poles, into the ground, I can feel my core muscles tighten, like my tummy muscles. I can even feel my bum muscles, my thighs. Of course, as you go up, my lats So behind here, I can feel my lats, and you want to really think about bringing tall posture, bringing your shoulder blades back, and think about those muscles behind your shoulder blades as well, and the muscles behind your arms, the triceps. Okay, so it's really like a whole body technique when you use these poles. Also, let's just grab the poles behind your back, and if you're just holding onto the poles a little behind your back, a little caution here, because if I put my poles back here, my body could round, and that's opposite of what we want. So if you're holding with your hands, you have to really think about rolling your shoulder blades back and down. If you go ahead and put the poles in your elbow crease, like so, pretty much naturally brings you into this really good upright posture. So we all should do this. So just walk around with something like a broomstick or something behind our back like this, because it just puts us in a great upright posture, which is how we should all be walking around all day anyway. So, all right, technique for Nordic style walking. Okay, number one, you're just gonna hold the poles in your hand, and you're just gonna walk, okay? So normal walking, the normal way we walk is our arms naturally go opposite to our feet. So just hold those poles and just walk. Just walk. La la la. Need some music or a song or something. Just walk. Left, 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 right, left. Left, 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 right, left. All right, next step. Next step, go ahead and loosely grab the tops of the poles, the grips, and just drag the poles behind you as you walk. Just drag them. Just drag them. Same thing, just regular walking. Just drag those poles along. Okay? Step 3 is you, same things we were doing, so just think about them still dragging, but you raise your arm forward as if you are shaking someone's hand. Okay, so this is the important step. So you just think about arms going more forward, like you're reaching out to shake someone's hand. Reaching out to shake someone's hand. The tips are going forward. Sorry, not the tips. Where your hands are. The tops of the poles are going forward, not the bottom tips, okay? So the tops of the poles are going forward, not the bottom tips. So again, just shaking someone's hand. That was an owl, wasn't it? All right. So just shaking someone's hand. Shaking someone's hand. Shaking someone's hand. So the bottom tips are still kind of lagging behind. So yeah, we hear that owl, cool. So shaking someone's hand, shaking someone's hand, shaking someone's hand. Okay? Then the last step would be, that's when you think about pushing into the ground. Okay, so let's put it all together. So opposite arms and legs, think about shaking someone's hand. And now we are going to think about activating and pushing into the ground a little more. You can start with smaller steps. Push. You can start with smaller steps, slower. Shake someone's hand, push. Nice tall posture, activate. You can start to get a little bigger. We're just stretching out our step, that's all. Just stretching out this step. So every time I plant my pole, I'm pushing into it and I'm activating my muscles, not gripping tightly. Not gripping tightly. Okay? So let's try that again. Poles behind you, relax. normal walking, shake someone's hand, shake someone's hand, shake someone's hand. Try and get a little bigger, a little faster here. And that is Nordic style walking with hiking poles. Sorry, went too far. So tall posture, activating your muscles, full body activity, really is good for rhythm. You got a good stride going. You can put on music with a good beat. You can put a metronome on. Let me think what else I want to tell you. Oh, okay. If you're using the poles for more balance, to help you with balance and stability, then it's a little different technique. So that's where you would keep the poles more out in front of you. So that's a little different, okay? So for someone that is using them maybe instead of a cane, instead of a walker, that kind of thing, using them for more of as an assistive device, that's where the poles would be more in front of you. Okay, but the Nordic style walking that I already explained is different. Wait, I was gonna say something else about that. For balance, stability, Nordic walking. I don't remember. I don't remember. So one more time, I'll show you the Nordic style walking. Okay. You can get nice and big. Stride even bigger. Good posture, push into the ground, activate your muscles. Okay. All right, so our time is about up anyway. It's just a fun activity. I love it. Great for incorporating more full body muscles, getting a good stride going. Anyway, I think that's it. Okay. I will see you guys later in another video. Take care. Bye.